The old man had just taken a wooden plaque from the altar when his walking stick suddenly broke in two. His daughter, seeing this, immediately sensed something was wrong, and urged him to put the plaque back. But the old man ignored her, even intending to smash the plaque on the spot. Just then, the true owner of the plaque kindly warned him that it was a talisman their grandfather had personally prayed for to protect the entire family. Everyone in our family worships it every day. If this plaque is broken, the whole family will suffer. But the old man didn't believe it, thinking it was just nonsense his grandfather had made up to scare his descendants. He smashed the plaque to pieces without hesitation. This completely enraged the owner of the plaque. With just a flick of her finger, the ancestral hall collapsed. Others thought it was just an accident, but the girl noticed something terrifying. All the writing on the plaque had disappeared. The old man, however, didn't care and happily posed for a family photo. No one expected that before the photographer could even press the shutter, the old man dropped dead on the spot. He brought it upon himself. To understand all this, we must go back many years. At that time, the old man's family suffered a great disaster. The entire family drowned. The patriarch, in despair, found this woman, crying and begging her to change the family's fate, because she could any evil spirits, control life and death with just a flick of her finger, and even alter the balance of heaven and earth. It was rumored that as long as there was a breath of life left, she could bring people back from the dead. The patriarch gambled his own life, kneeling before her, begging her to save his family. He also signed a 3-year agreement, promising that during these 3 years, the family would worship her day and night, treating her as their master. Seeing his sincerity, the woman agreed to rewrite their fate. After chanting a spell, she truly brought the entire family back to life, because they had promised to worship her for 3 years. The patriarch, before his death, warned his descendants never to break the oath, otherwise they would suffer divine punishment. As the 3-year period approached, under her protection, the family prospered, their lives improved, and they even married into a powerful and wealthy family. But they had long forgotten that everything stemmed from her protection. Gradually, they not only lost their gratitude, but even the bride dared to speak disrespectfully to her. The groom's mother, relying on her status as the matriarch of the family, tried to drive the woman out on the spot. The next second, her hand involuntarily slapped herself hard across the face. The bride, jealous that this woman had stolen the spotlight at the wedding, stubbornly declared that the woman was merely a guest of the old man's family, and had nothing to do with her. She swore she would never offer her tea. The bride's father felt that the woman had disgraced both families in front of all the guests, so he ordered the newlyweds to bow to him first. But the moment they picked up the teacups cracked and shattered. The groom was furious, blaming the woman for ruining his wedding. When he saw her about to leave, he shouted for her to stop, but was suddenly pushed away by an invisible force. Strange things happened one after another, forcing the two families to suspend the wedding. Just then, the girl was shocked to discover that several people were missing from the family photo taken earlier. A moment later, a servant rushed in to report that the family warehouse had been struck by lightning and caught fire, and several family members who went to fight the fire had been burned to death inside. Hearing this news, the groom picked up the photo and looked closely. The people who died in the fire were precisely the ones missing from the photo. Only then did everyone finally realize that the woman they had driven away actually held the power of life and death over the entire family. Meanwhile, the woman sitting in the car stretched out her hand, and several blood-red roses slowly bloomed in her palm. The number of roses perfectly matched the number of people who had died in the old man's family. Only then did they realize with terror that this woman was someone they absolutely could not offend, and their punishment had only just begun.